it's ridiculously cheap and well insulated. So, but you're right.
Like, well insulated.
If you have a foundation problem, what happens?
When you have a foundation that cracks, and then the rest of the building kind of flexes.
Correct, because it's wood.
But if the whole thing is concrete, like, is it gonna?
How much flex is there?
Yeah, I've got at least 4 of my clients that if they just watch this, they just crap their pants.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I have a client that's closing in 2 weeks that just built a barn dominium. Not even close to this, but he got a 2,500 square foot garage.
Yeah.
This would make him weep with excitement.
That's crazy.
I looked at everything else, but it was just like one of the 10 items that I ordered was Bichos, and I was like, cool. So there's somewhere that I don't technically know what it is, but I bet it's delicious. And it was bugs. And I didn't figure that out until one of my clients was like, you like this, huh? I was like, no, what is it? So... Welcome back to Neighbor Talk. We're your hosts, Evan, Brian. This is your mom's favorite podcast. We're ready to get started.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going? They don't know this. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this.
I know.
We're going to have to ease back in a little bit.
I'm fine with this.
I'm eased. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. How you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good. How's business?
Business is good.
Business is good.
Yeah.
It's getting busy.
Yeah, lots of buyers, but the couple of listings we have are starting to sit, and I'm not liking it. Yeah, so I'm seeing a little bit higher days on market right now, and I'm not a fan.
What's the price point?
There's a 260, which is weird, and then there's a 369. Okay. And then the 400. The 400, that one's different only because it's an assumable loan, so we're already under contract, and it's just taking forever to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm doing one of those right now. I'm letting
Leslie deal with all that. I'm just like, no.
I've noticed that right now we're August of 2024, 600 and up, price range booming.
Yeah,
it's going crazy. I'm seeing multiple offers.
Yeah,
and then I'll have.
Oh, that's right. You had one that was awesome nutty. Listing.
Yeah, I had multiple offers on a $550,000 house. It was weird, right? But 400 under is still kind of. Crickets. So not crickets, but it doesn't make you feel good.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's not 4 offers one weekend and you're like, yes, I'm great at my job. So
do it again. Yes. Okay, fair enough.
Good at my job.
Hell.
Yeah, my clients are like, does this always happen? I was like, yeah.
Duh.
It does not. It's not like that. But yeah, so we're gonna talk current events.
Yeah,
we got current events pulled up. So we got our first article that we're looking at. We are talking about 3D printed homes. Have you seen these yet?
Yes. It's where you can take some plastic and you put it in a little miniature 3D printer and then you just make a little miniature house, right?
That is not, no. That was not of the houses.
Damn it.
So I guess in Wimberley, Texas, they're kind of forefronting this or starting that. I don't know if that's the right word. But they're 3D printing with concrete.
Yes.
And the way they do it is wild. But what I want to know, here in San Antonio, we have foundation issues, right? If it's concrete, it cracks. So Wimberley, Texas, I'm assuming is somewhat similar. It's not that far away.
No.
So it's you're going to make the whole house of the stuff that cracks.
Somebody smart has got to have engineered it properly, right? Come on. Because
Lennar's doing quite a bit of it.
Really?
Yeah, Lennar's not a fantastic builder here in Texas.
They're fine for what they are. You pay for what you get.
Yeah, they're the cheapest.
There's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get.
Yeah.
So, we've done multiple deals with them because, honestly, you can't beat the incentives that they have. But you pay for what you get. But they take for the 3D printed houses, right? Don't they just take it's literally like a cement truck and it just has a machine that goes blah, blah. And it just spits out walls, one after. Yes.
I was overly prepared. You ready?
I want to see it. Do it. Play the video. Dude, that.
You are insane.
We focus on printing homes that are affordable in the community.
Doesn't it look wild?
Okay, that is okay. Once it's done like that, that is wild. But they have to come back and do they have to smooth it out. I would assume they do a fade.
I don't think they are. I think they're being hey, here's this really cool new wall style.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to sand it. But all of them have the lines all the way through the whole thing.
Interesting. I don't know. The aesthetic on that seems I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I mean, like, it's ridiculously cheap and well insulated. So, but you're right. Like,
well insulated.
If you have a foundation problem, what happens?
When you have a foundation, that cracks, and then the rest of the building kind of flexes.
Correct, because it's wood.
But if the whole thing is concrete, like, is it gonna?
How much flex is there?
Yeah. If there's an engineer watching this going, these morons, just let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
but
put it in there.
At least here, because I know a lot of people that move here from out of town don't realize that we have foundation issues. So it's like, to us, we're going, concrete? No, less concrete if we can.
Now, what's crazy though is I actually have a couple of friends, and I don't think it's 3D printed, but they have done the concrete model, like where it's like I think what they do is they build a frame and then they inject it with concrete and then they get rid of the frame. And so like it's actually more solidified. It's not like, mass, it's all custom and it's not like mass produced like this 3D stuff, but I don't know. I think they like it.
Is it the same? I don't know. Which one's better? There's no way, I guess there's no way to know, but
I don't know.
This one seems cooler.
It seems like
that seems more solid.
That seems, like I think it's a lot, and you're paying for a ton more concrete. Like if you look in this video, like you see like how hollow like those two frames are. That's cool. That's fine. They're not hollow like with what they're paying for in these other houses.
Fill those with. Also, I just thought about this. Like if you're an electrician and you're like, can you move this outlet? How do you get into the wall? You have to bring a chisel.
Yeah, chisel or like a diamond bladed saw.
For real.
Yeah, like dude, something crazy. The jaws of life.
You don't tell him because you think the house is totally normal, and he gets here and he's like, I don't want to do this.
I'm charging you now triple.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty sweet. No, that's cool. I think that's a good thing because honestly, it's going to bring the prices down. Like if it's solid, like, okay, take what we're saying aside, like foundation, cracks, like shifting, all that stuff, take it out of the equation. Like it's a cheaper model.
100%. Yeah. And I guess it's a company called Icon, and they've been pushing like the past 5 years or so. And then I think, and I don't know this for sure, but either Lennar got involved or Lennar bought Icon or something like that. So
okay.
Lennar might have this now, I think. I know they're starting it. I don't know if people live in these yet or not. That'd be cool if they do. I'd love to see pictures. But I bet it looks just like a totally different style, which is cool.
So our homework is to go find one of these houses and tour it.
Yes.
Done.
Don't play with me.
Done.
That's like going from like New York or something like that, and then you go to Santa Fe and you see your first like Adobe style home. You're like, what is this magic? Like I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
It'd be the same kind of feeling.
Love it.
So that's in Wimberley, Texas.
No, I'm in. That's cool. I think it's a great idea. Like, especially if it's like, I mean, 2024 sucks with like insurances, taxes, all that kind of stuff, inflation. So like anything to bring down like home prices, I'm all on board.
Yep.
In fact, actually, Les and I were talking about it last night. I was like, we just need to buy a bunch of land and then buy some of those like those drop ship Walmart houses. Have you seen those?
100%.
Like they're like $10K and they just like put them on a trailer and it's like just a mini home and like, there you go.
There are ones that are on Amazon. So you can buy a house on Amazon.
Yes.
It comes in a crate, right? But the crate itself is the house. And then you walk in and you're like, I don't get it. Like, where is everything? And all of a sudden the walls open to the sides and the back and the top. And you have vaulted ceilings. You have a full kitchen.
Yes.
You have like big rooms. And you literally just open it and click and you're done.
I'm in.
And it's wild.
I'm telling you, like everything you can do to save money on houses right now, do it. Like, like anything you can do that's not like, like resell. Obviously, if you want to move up, great, cool, let's do it. But like there are ways like I foresee in the future that we're going to see like the housing market shift a little bit into things like that. Like drop shift like houses, concrete houses, like just being smarter and more educated on like what you're doing with your house is I don't know.
Appraisers just got stressed out here.
Oh yeah,
they're like, how do we adjust for that?
Nope. Concrete.
So Wimberley, Texas is kind of like right outside of Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
You know just as well as I do that Austin went absolutely insane over the past 3 years. Like house prices, I don't know the metrics in Austin as well as I do San Antonio, but they skyrocketed. And they pushed a whole bunch of people out. And then every investor in the world is like, oh my God, let's go build in Austin.
Yeah.
And then I think we were talking about this the other day. Now they have ghost neighborhoods.
I remember you showing me something like this, and this is insane.
So my buddy Jeremy Knight, he's out of Austin. He's with Real as well.
Yeah.
He posted this video. Actually, he posted it on his Instagram first, and I was like, what is happening? And it's these neighborhoods that are abandoned.
Yeah.
Of new builds. Not like people just left and it's like an old rickety house or whatever. They just didn't finish building and they gave up. Like, let me see.
We need to put some sheetrock on this house. And no, just scrap it.
How crazy is it to look at some of these homes? I bet somebody's in that house too. Don't you think somebody might be in that house?
What? Get out.
What do you think about this neighborhood?
Look at the grass.
Just being here.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't mowed. They haven't even finished building the house. Yeah. So I don't really know all of the situation, but I know that these investors came in and spent all this money and then all of a sudden immediately started seeing the writing on the wall. And they were, well, literally the writing on the wall, because these are all like graffitied up now. But they started noticing that like the market was slowing down, and they had to over leverage themselves. And all of a sudden they just put up a gate, put chains on it, called it cool.
What?
Which is wild. I'm sure they like filed bankruptcy for whatever LLC they were using.
Like, don't you think you could sell that to like someone trying to flip or like at least for a loss? Like, I mean, anything other than just like abandoning it and doing like some type of like spaghetti western over here.
A builder should go in and be like, hey, can I buy this whole neighborhood really quick? You don't need it, right? Or like, although a bank probably owns it now, but like you're like, I'll buy the whole neighborhood and finish it and just move my whole family in.
I know. Yeah. We'll make a compound.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make a new cult. Okay. Cool. Done.
I mean, yes, we could do that. We've got like angel and devil colors going on today. We can do the yin and yang.
I'm good. You're bad though. Not really.
No, it's insane.
It just makes no sense to me that why they would do something like that. There's got to be a better way to like utilize your money if you've already gone that far in.
A buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to invest in building apartment complexes in Brownsville.
Yeah.
And I was like, are there people in Brownsville? No offense, Brownsville. But there are, but not many. But they were like, oh, all the tech companies are moving there. It would be a great idea to get in early, which sounded all cool. But I was like, I'm very selective with what I'm going to do with my money. And I was like, I just can't do it. And then like, it didn't boom. I was like, this could have been me. Not really, like, not like that. I would have had a small portion of it, but still.
What it reminds me of is I had a friend of mine who lived in like this very expensive gated neighborhood, and we'd always drive to his uncle's house and we'd always pass this one house. And these are like multi-million-dollar homes. And we'd always pass this one and we called it the Taj Mahal because it had a very like, like just that aesthetic, right?
Yep.
But it was half done. It was just, it was like everything was done, but like there were just certain things you could see kind of from the outside. Like you're like, well, are there people living there? Are there not? And then one day we got ballsy enough and we drove up the driveway and like we went around the back and like got out and looked in. Nothing. There was nobody there. Definitely trespassing.
Is what you were doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Say allegedly after everything you say from now on.
My name is Jeff. No, but like we looked and it was like this multi-million-dollar house just sitting there, not doing a thing. Like somebody fronted all the money and they were just sitting there doing nothing. And we're like, how do you spend that money and then not finish it or move in or what? And it was a drug run. I don't know.
Probably. I saw two things that are sort of like that. So yesterday I was in a neighborhood called Fossil Ridge showing this big, ridiculous, very expensive house, right?
Yeah.
But as we're passing, like to get up to it, we're in a really, really nice neighborhood. There is a house just like that is 80% done. And I've been in this neighborhood before. It was 80% done 2 years ago.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
So it's just been sitting there. And apparently the HOA fights constantly to try to get whoever owns it to like come in and finish it. But they like just gave up. And so now you have this multi-million-dollar community with just one house. It's like look like it's falling apart. I'm sure the neighbors love that.
They're
like, don't we pay the HOA so that we don't have to have that?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's the whole thing. And then I went and saw a house the other day that you talk about having crazy money. This family, it was a $1.39 million house, right? And I go to the house, it looks incredible on the outside. And then we walk in, it looks sort of incredible, but weird. So like all of the vents are rusted. Like a lot. And then like there's termite damage on the walls and like the pool is completely full and it's green. And you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And so I call the agent. The agent's like, oh yeah, they went out of country and they just didn't come back. And I'm like, like they're never coming back? Or like, what's the deal? They're like, oh yeah, they just spent like a year and a half abroad. And they're like, did they not have anybody come check on the house? So like the ACs were out. They weren't functioning. So there was condensation that was making the vents rust. The pool was in disarray and everything. I'm like, it's a 1.3. How much money do you have to have?
Yeah, to not.
You're like, house will be fine. And then you just come back later, like, and you don't have to worry about it. And you're like, I'll just pay to fix it when we get back.
Or they just walk in like from their year-long like tour around the world, and they walk in and they're
skis
like,
on their shoulder.
Yeah. The proverbial 80s movie, just like, it's like they walk in and they just go like, and then they just turn around and they go look to their other house.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Like,
To the next door.
Yeah, they're like, I own that one too.
That was for the funsies house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It had a whole house back there with like a full kitchen that was separate from the other house. So like, and like steam shower and saunas and all this stuff, it was all just falling apart.
Jeez.
Which is weird because you don't think about that, but if you leave your house for a year and a half, it takes just a couple things going wrong and all of a sudden it looks
toast.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
That is wild. Well, back to that fuck it money.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Yeah. So this is one of our segments that we do. I love it. He loves it. Everyone loves it. It's smash or pass, everybody.
No one's ever heard of that.
Ask your kids. I heard ask your kids. I don't know. Are you supposed to ask your kids?
If you're a grown up, ask your adult children.
Yeah, your adult children.
We'll quit making this joke eventually.
No, never. No, we're just going to continuously do it.
So we have actually, I'll leave the price for people to guess.
Oh, this is going to be great.
But look at this thing. First off, first 5 guesses. What does this person do for a living? Because this is nuts.
They own Betty Crocker. The
most random thing you could have said.
Yeah. They came up with the staple.
They are Staples. They're the Staples family.
No. They came up with staple. Then they sold 2 staples. I don't know.
They're like, how'd you make your money? Have you ever used a blender? You're welcome. Like, it's just, they did something crazy. Like, this is not new money. This is old money that built a new house.
Yeah. He's like, I got a hot dog stand in New York. It was really popular for a while, and that was about it.
That was a horrible accent. But I appreciate the bit.
Jersey?
That was New York? Maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So we got...
God bless.
So we're on 30... I think it said 36 acres. Look at all of the garages.
Dude. Is that a church in the back? Like, what are they...
Probably.
Oh, this is where, okay, here's our cult house. Got it.
Yeah, the cult house, cult pond. That's where you go to get baptized.
That is where you go.
But the amount I imagine there's the same amount of garages on the right side. So I bet it's an 8-car garage and then whatever's back there.
My God. 8 cars? I have 1.
What?
And I hate.
Hey, good for you.
I know.
It's a nice one.
It runs.
It's a good one.
It's a thing. It's got wheels. Gets me from A to Z.
I don't have 1 basketball court. I don't have that. Not even 1.
I have a basketball hoop above my garage.
Hey, you're winning there.
Checkmate.
My driveway's
checkmate
like this. You tried to. If you missed 1 time, you're going on a run. Also, even before we get to this next picture, I'm smashing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course. Like, my God bless.
I don't even know what angle we're at right now. Like,
that is
because where'd the garages go?
That's a sexy angle, though.
It is a sexy angle.
My God. What is that? It's like they could like sit and watch a game. They have like an amphitheater around.
Do.
Wow. That's
hilarious. I wonder if that's what that's for. Like if they actually want to do seating right there or if it's just because there was a hill.
Bro, those steps cost more than my house.
Oh.
The lights in the steps cost more than my house.
One of those retaining walls would bankrupt me.
I know. Yeah. You're like, oh. It's like a carnival, dude.
Or
like
one
of those
inside yet.
One of those dubstep techno rave. They have it like forced
music
rave
festivals.
There we go. That took a while to get that one out.
How much do you
Forced
think
rave.
that lighting system was? $200K?
Hell no, more than that.
You think so?
Oh my God.
Oh, that was me. I thought I was really shooting for the stars.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but just the lights in that house are just incredibly. Oh yeah, cool. That looks like a hotel.
It does. Oh my God.
That I can't afford. Oh my Lord.
What? Okay, so this is in Oklahoma, right? I used to live in Oklahoma. I used to sell modern furniture.
Yeah.
Backstory, right? These little light fixtures right here with like the curly glass are so popular there. And then like you leave Oklahoma, at least, I don't go a lot of places, but like I haven't seen those anywhere else.
Yeah.
and it was like Chihuly or something like that was the designer.
Is that the same guy that did the like in the Bellagio? There's a hall of like these like flowers, but they're all like blown glass.
Yeah, I think that is the same person.
That sounds right.
That does these things. But
fact check us, everyone.
That's probably $250,000 for that light fixture,
bro.
Which is nuts. But I mean, if you invented the blender, you're not really worried about it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably not the decor I would choose, but I don't care.
Not in the slightest for me.
And the purple lighting, I mean, it's, I don't know.
You know what a streamer house is? So like all these kids are getting together that stream video games and stuff like that. And they buy a house all together and they all move in and that's where they all stream.
Oh, okay.
And they have the best internet in the world because they're doing live streams. And they all have RGB lights throughout the house. It feels like this is a streamer house for people that already make billions of dollars. It's like, welcome back, guys. We're all going to buy Apple today. Like, it just.
I hope you like silver furniture. We've got a lot of it. It's in the background. Today's color is purple.
Do we like that, or do we think that is really cheesy?
I hate it. I hate it. Like we've got like, you know.
I want
like
to
some
tell
vases that I'm accidentally going to kick. we've got a geode on the side that's probably $100K.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Like,
and it's not the same color as the lights. That's annoying.
Yeah, no, your purple matchup failed.
There's just so much.
Take it back.
There's so much.
I know
going on with this house.
It's super.
I don't
busy.
know why I had to say that in Italian.
Yeah, there's a much going on.
So much.
No.
It's stressing out my eyes.
There's a full bar. Got it. Like there's an actual bar,
actual functioning bar.
Yeah, like where like a speed rack that
Bring
like
back
someone.
memories.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there was this one time there, like, so if you look at all
those, it would bring up a story.
I know. So all these bottles, like you look at the bottles, that's like where you're standing in front of that, right?
Yep.
And they all have spouts, and the spouts are all metal, and they all point straight up. So when you turn the bottle over, liquor comes out. Well, there was this one time my foot slipped and I was leaning over the bar like that, and I impaled myself on all those, and I had like these dots. Just like cuts, like all across my stomach.
Your hand. You did your whole
my
body?
whole body. I was like standing. And I go whoop.
That is the definition of getting liquored up.
Yeah,
that's. Oh my god!
It destroyed me. And so like that is the first thing I thought of when I saw that speed rack, and I'm like, wow, that's insane. Like what? I mean,
you're calling that a speed rack?
Yeah, like
that's
literally.
What it's called?
Yeah, you just put all your bottles that you're going to use a lot in there, and so so obviously they host parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure they hire somebody to come in and work the bar.
They're not doing it themselves. No, they're probably not even at the party.
No, for real.
They just throw it for other people. Okay. So a bunch of wine. Yeah, I don't get the color scheme. Like I'm not a fan of it.
What color scheme?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like it's like gray and like earthy browns and like.
If people see this, these people are gonna find us.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, how dare you?
Well, if you own Betty Crocker, like you're gonna have a hitman on like payroll. Like
I hope he smells good.
You don't talk shit about Betty Crocker's house.
You don't mess with Betty. It looks like a different house.
Yeah, it looks like a bar.
The left looks normal and then the right, you're like, what's going on?
Honestly, it looks like a hotel. Like a hotel.
Does.
Like that's just what
it does.
Yeah,
feel like
that's
a hotel.
That's all I'm getting is like, could you ever consider that home? Like if you're like in there, like would you ever feel like comfortable and like home? I don't know. I feel
Maybe
like I'd be like stale and like, I guess, yeah.
But if I was in it, I would be like, don't touch anything. This couch is probably $90,000. Like I wouldn't want to do.
Yeah. But they have enough money.
I would sneeze and apologize. Yeah.
They probably have enough money that like, they're just like, yeah, if it catches on fire. Well,
you have to.
And then now we're into the barn dominium side. So we're in a completely different echelon of like genre here. Got it. Back to hotel.
But it's wild that I can't even give you an idea of where I am in this house. Cause there's too many places.
Yeah, you're right.
Like normally it's like, hey, we have a living room or a few living rooms, bedrooms, maybe a game area, the end. Yeah. And this one's like, hey, we have a hotel.
This is
what floor are you on?
This is a room where you turn around and you go, oh shit, I'm lost.
Yeah. Oh no, this is the waiting area right outside the community bathrooms on floor number 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a look at the art while you're there. And the dog bed.
Is that a dog room?
Yeah. It's like, I think it's just a dog room.
Look, it's tiled all the way up. That's like,
so they could come in and hose it all down
for the dogs. Oh, and they only put one picture of it.
What?
Oh, hold on. I recognize this sectional. That is a really expensive Italian sectional with pinched leather, and those backrests move back and forth so you can turn it into like sleeping mode or like regular sitting mode.
Okay, I see you.
I don't know the company. A lot of them had it like that. It's a bowling alley.
And they sprung for the bumpers just in case.
This made me think of a story. Random tangent. So high school, I was on like one street accidentally, and I went to a rich kid high school.
Okay.
We were not rich at all. Everybody's like, hey, I got my new car. It's like a Mercedes, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's cool. I got a 1992 Ford Explorer and I love it. But like, but I had a car. So we're doing pretty good. But I got invited to this kid's party, and I get there and they said, you have to go down by the garages, and that's where you park, and make sure to turn your lights off and stuff. Yeah. I go in, it's decked out like a castle. And like there's actual torches on the wall that are gas burning. Right. And then I walked through the little corridor, and this is going to start to sound like I'm making this up. This is how weird it was.
You're making it up.
I'm making it up apparently. But I go down and I look to my left. There's a Taco Bell in the house. There's a Taco Bell. And I went.
That is from Richie Rich.
I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, because I didn't actually know the guy that lived there. Yeah. I knew my friend that invited me. I'm like, what is happening? He's like, you never been here? I was like, no. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this crazy face on right now. Like, what is going on? He's like, oh, yeah. Sometimes, like, if he has sleepovers, they hire people to come work it.
They go, Evan, don't forget your apron. It's time to go to work.
For real. They're like, what do you think we brought you here for? Make some tacos. Yeah. And then like 8 steps later, there's like a yoga studio, and then a Pilates studio, and then a bowling alley. And I said, dude. And I find the kid, and I'm like, your parents are cool with like you having this party, or like they out of town? He's like, no. They're just in the main house. They don't even know we're here. I'm like, there's probably 70 of us. And the house is big enough that these parents have zero idea the party's happening. Because this was long enough ago that you didn't really have cameras inside yet. Yeah. Right. And so, we're all just partying, getting not wasted in high school. Would never do that.
Get diarrhea from Taco Bell the next day.
Yeah. And we're like in some castle basement. Turns out they own the majority stake of Pizza Hut.
What?
Yeah. And they live in Omaha, Nebraska. Because that's where I lived at the time.
Can we write them a letter and ask them to bring back the old school 90s Pizza Hut then, please? Like where you go and you get the red cup, and like there's just 90s nostalgia, and there's an arcade, like one arcade machine.
There's one here in town. You just don't want to go there.
That's probably true.
It's the part of town that they haven't updated yet.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Hold on.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Neon plastic furniture.
That looks like the scene that you would walk into every time during Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
I know it's not, but that's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, like the diner that they're always at.
Yeah, like those are the same kind of wild colors.
Right.
And now we're in a bedroom.
I guarantee that's not.
Oh, that TV's coming out of the ceiling.
Out of the ceiling, yeah. I saw that. Holy crap. That's incredible. Nope, I hate it. Take it back. Fire the bathroom guy because he actually installed it at your request, and your request was wrong.
I know I'm going to say this multiple times on this podcast, but money doesn't buy taste. Like if you have money, pay somebody to do this for you. They would have talked you out of this.
100%. Yeah, just because your house is like worth $17 million, it probably is going to piss off the person that actually wants to buy it the next time around.
Yeah. They're like, well, we'll never move. You will. Move. Everybody does.
Yeah. What? Okay. Here's a good room.
I'm in.
Yeah, that's a good room. Neutral colors, tons of shoes. Like I love shoes. Like looks like they do too. So and a place to display them all.
We got the little Gucci bag in the top right.
Oh, that's pretty legit. Pretty still busy. Like every piece of tile and like the ground and everything, it's all busy. Like it makes my head hurt.
We talked about that in the first episode. It was like those tiles that have like all of the busyness on it. We're like, oh, we're probably going to hate these in 20 years. They were like double down.
Yeah. Like
every surface.
Everywhere.
Different crazy tile.
Hey, do you have vertigo? Well, you do now. And you just fall every time you walk in.
Yep. That's a very normal looking
there you go.
part of the house.
Normal.
This is a different house.
That looks like a house, like a barn dominium that you'd see like in, South Texas.
Yeah.
What?
I've got at least 4 of my clients that if they just watch this, they just crap their pants.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I have a client that's closing in 2 weeks that just built a barn dominium. Not even close to this, but he got a 2,500 square foot garage.
Yeah.
This would make him weep with excitement.
That's crazy. Oh, Lord. What do you got? Is that a Maserati? No, what is that?
Oh, dude, don't ask me.
Oh, it's a Ferrari.
I know that fancy car. That fancy car. I'm not going to have that.
I had to look around to the yellow.
Is that a Ferrari? I don't know.
That
kitchen
logo
costs more than my car.
Yeah, right?
By a lot.
Those chairs cost more than my car.
Dude, that is wow. Didn't we make fun of a vampire kitchen in our last episode?
We did.
Okay.
We did. Yeah, like we're bringing back the goth, baby.
Well, this is the updated, more expensive version.
They might have contracted that company Gothloft.
Gothloft.
You never know.
If you saw that clip, you'll have to comment on that one.
Gothloft.
Turn your apartment into a goth loft where you're sad but well off.
Batteries not included.
Batteries not. Yeah. Oh my God.
And then what are we going for here? Like, there's just, again, just because you got the money doesn't mean like you just get to buy every type of furniture out there. Like, stick with a theme.
I think the property might be 36 acres. Just based on the end of their cabinets.
Yeah. They're not flexing. Okay. That's a church. It is a church. No, it's a cult.
No, it's a church. Well, same. Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh, dang. They got the stained glass windows. You see those?
Yeah.
In the back?
I mean, they're beautiful, but what? Yeah. They host... What are they hosting? Literally, what are they hosting? And why are we not invited?
Cult Central. We're not invited because it's in Oklahoma, and you don't want to go there. It's not that great.
Take a tour. Sure.
I am not interested in touring this home.
No,
that's not true. I would totally go. That's a bold-faced lie.
All right,
but I just have to make sure the cameras aren't on because I would laugh the entire time.
Okay, look, for what it is, I'd smash. Would I do the same type of decor? No. Like, it was all like hodgepodge and different, and like, look at the lights in this last one. They're all different. Stick with the theme.
It's upsetting. I'm still going to smash. Because, it's about the experience.
Yeah. Yeah. That is where, like, if you have that amount of money, like, your life is great because you should be giving back to your friends and family, and you could host parties and et cetera and whatever on your compound. Because it sounds like they like to have a good time. 36 acres, baby.
36 acres.
All right, smash.
In an undisclosed address in Oklahoma.
Fair enough.
Even Zillow wouldn't disclose it, which is saying a lot.
We'll find. We're going to Google map it and figure it out.
Right.
We're gonna get that guy on TikTok where he just like goes and finds these random locations on TikTok.
Dude, those people that can do that blow my mind.
No,
are we talking about the same thing where they're like, you just see one picture and they go, oh, I think that's in Spain.
Yep.
Zip code, blah, blah, blah. And they're like 10 miles off.
Yeah. And then they just kind of go and they kind of parse it out and they're just like, found it.
Yeah.
Like what?
I'm sure I only see the ones where people get it like really close, but like there's a like kind of spindly looking dude, like real kind of sunken in cheeks.
Yeah.
And he'll just see an alley and be like, I think this is Barbados. And I'm like, what would possibly make you like, he'll be like, well, because of that tree. And then like, what time of year? And then he'll be like 10 miles away from the actual, I'm like, there's no way that's real.
That palm tree is actually a sago palm and it originates from this part of the hemisphere located, and then just gives you like coordinates and you're like, what the fuck?
Did you just say the first palm tree that popped into your head?
Yeah,
That's the only one I know. I've got a sago palm too.
South Texas. That's the only one we know down here.
Nope. All right. So smash on that one.
Smash.
Next, we're doing 5 random questions that we have not talked about. So we don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah.
He's going to ask me. I'm going to ask him.
Okay, so this section is again like kind of what Evan was saying. We're going to ask a couple of just random questions. We've been friends for years now, and at this point, like, you know, we know a lot about each other. So we were like, let's just come up with some fun questions and see what happens. And if there's stories that come from them, great, even better. Yeah. Okay, so question 1: if you could only communicate using movie quotes for an entire day, which movie would you choose?
What the? You used ChatGPT to come up with these questions. You did not know. Oh, you totally did. You son of a... I put a lot of sort of thought into it. Okay,
look.
Movie quotes.
Yeah, movie quotes. So if you could only use one movie...
Man. I think the only one that I'm going to know well enough... No, I'm going to say 2.
Okay.
Is either Step Brothers.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
because, I've watched that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I feel like lightning just struck the tip of my penis.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I could maybe get around an entire day to do that. Or Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, going back to Step Brothers, like I say this every time I go into a house. I'm like, there's plenty of room for activities in here.
Oh, so do all of the clients. I had a client yesterday say that. And he's 60. And I was like, all right, Step Brothers transcends all generations.
Yeah, it does. Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. Man. I mean, I'm going to answer it only because I want to. I don't know if that's what we're doing, but
go for it.
Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. I could quote that thing.
We wouldn't even be able to communicate because I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I've seen it way too many times.
Which every time I say that to somebody, I can tell who the true fans are because they're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. The fact that you haven't seen that movie. Like they get upset.
Your mother smells of elderberries. Okay. Anyways. Yeah.
That was for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then mine's like way more generic.
Do it.
If you can think of one moment professionally.
Okay.
That was like your most either cringy or embarrassing moment. Oh, what would that be? What job would it have been? Like, doesn't have to be real estate.
Doesn't have to be real estate.
And we do more than sell houses.
Yeah. Cringy moment. Oh my God.
I'll give you one while we're doing this.
Do it.
So I worked at a portrait studio in college.
Yeah.
And I took pictures of families and stuff like that. And then I sold them packages. So still sales, but that's how I got hired. But they taught me how to take pictures. And then at one point they left to do all of the editing. And I'm up doing all of the editing and stuff like that and looking at it. And it did most of it for me. I don't have those skills. But then they came back in without me knowing it. And I was just roasting them. Like straight up just being like, who chose this sweater? Like just like, and they're standing behind me and they stood there for a while just listening to me. And eventually people were like tapping me. I'm like, what? Oh my God.
Oh crap.
Caught red-handed being an asshole. So.
Oh my God. Okay. One job that I had, I worked for this advertising company and I was late to going to work. And because my car had gotten broken into, and it legitimately got broken into. So like going to work, I had to call the police and they had to come and make a police report. And on the way to work, so I took a picture of it. And so then when I got to work, they're like, hey, where were you? And I was like, well, my car got broken into, and like, I was kind of already on my like last leg over there. Like they were not happy with me. I was young. I wasn't really interning, but I was like in a very low paid position. So like they weren't real happy with me. And so I had my camera and I was like, no, my car really got broken into. And so I showed him a picture. Like I took out the camera and I showed them the picture, and it was I wasn't paying attention. And the picture that came up was a picture of a good friend of mine. And it's just, he is completely intoxicated with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He looks terrible. And it's just this really up close picture of his face because we were just messing around.
Look, my car got broken into. My
car got broken into. And they looked at it and they just like shaking their heads like,
what's wrong with this guy?
Are you messing with us at this point? Like, you're terrible. And then like a couple days later, like I went out and partied again. And then I went to work and fell asleep, and they
gone after that.
Hey, you need to leave. And I was like, I don't have my car. It's getting tinted, because it was like during lunch break. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, cringy moment.
I have plenty of me getting fired stories. I didn't decide to get my crap together until I was like 25. So everything before that was never know.
Done. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten, And would you eat it again?
I immediately know what that is. And I have two. I'm going to keep that a theme.
Do it.
I went to South Africa.
Okay.
And while we were there, I thought I had a bowl of grapes. They were goat's eyes. And I learned after the very first one, because they don't taste like grapes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Goat eyes.
It was a goat eyeball. Goat eyeballs. And they weren't that big. But like, it was a bowl of them.
What?
And they pop in your mouth and they're not great.
Oh God.
They're not great. And then it was because it was goat's eyes and oxtail is what we were being served. And also, when you think of South Africa, like living in America, you think like Lion King. Like that's what pops into your brain, right? Like, or eating goat's eyes and stuff. We were 10 minutes from like the biggest mall I'd ever been in my entire life. And yet for some reason, I'm being served goat's eyes.
They're like, this is what
and I was like, there was a McDonald's. I saw it. Like, we could have just done that.
I want French fries. No. Goat eyes.
Yeah, goat's eyes. And then 2 years ago, I hosted a party. I hosted it at a Mexican restaurant for all of my clients.
Yeah.
And they had a taco bar for everybody. But they served bichos. Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Cool, because I didn't either. It's tacos, but it's bugs.
Is it like fried crickets?
But they're like mushed. So it's like you don't know. And I looked at everything else, but it was just like one of the like 10 items that I ordered was bichos. And I was like, cool, whatever. We'll figure it's probably like barbacoa or something like there's somewhere that I don't technically know what it is, but I bet it's delicious. And it was bugs. And I didn't figure that out until one of my clients was like, you like this, huh? I was like, no, what is it? So... Yeah,
because I've had fried crickets before. Like there's some places. There's a place over in like Stone Oak that has that. It was actually not that bad.
It was a quiche. Is what it's called. Like it's right next to Toro.
Oh, okay.
In Stone Oak.
Okay. Note to self. I'm gonna write that one down. Like, don't get that taco.
Yep. Quiche.
Or
it was a weird one.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not my favorite taste.
Okay.
All right. I've got here's a personal one for you. What is your favorite vacation you've done in the last 10 years and why?
London, hands down.
London.
I would go back to London in a heartbeat. Like that was so much fun. Just amazing atmosphere. Like, okay, so I mean, obviously we played tourist. And so when we went, we went to every cool touristy spot, the old cathedrals, all that kind of stuff. And then when we were done, we would just hop into a pub and have a beer or an ale or something from the cask or like, a cider, and like all of it was delicious. And then you would, maybe eat there, maybe you'd go find something else, and then you do it all over again. And then I love having a drink and then like, honestly just, talking to the person next to me. And we did that constantly.
What? You were a bartender? No way.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And like, so it was my friend Steven and Les and his wife, Katie. And so Katie was sick a portion of it. Leslie was sick a portion of it, like had COVID. It's terrible. And so, but we were there long enough that like we still got to go and do different things. But London, hands down, like it was just amazing, like just going to the pubs and going and seeing all the cool stuff. And then it was just like, it was awesome. It was amazing. I would go back in a heartbeat. And then on top of that, like transit, like we get in our car and we drive around and we go from one spot to another. Mm-hmm. Over there, if you want to go like to the next, like okay, here to Austin, like we're going to go to a concert in Austin. Like we would get in our car and we would sit in traffic and we'd be pissed off the whole time. Mm-hmm. And we get to Austin, we'd park, walk around and then get to the place. Like there, you get like a 6-pack of beer and you get on a train and you drink and play cards or games with your friends on the train. And then you arrive at your destination and then you walk to the next place, or you get you get in the tube or whatever.
Yeah, it's because if you drive anywhere, like more than an hour or 2 hours, you're in a different country.
Correct.
Over there.
Oh, it was so much fun telling people like, hey, I'm from Texas. And they're like, that's awesome. Texas. I'm like, yeah. So we went on vacation the other day and we went to like New Mexico or where, no, we said we went to Colorado because that was like right after we did. And they were like, well, how long is that? And I was like, well, it's like a 16, 17 hour drive. And they go, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's like, we did it in a day. Like we pushed hard, like we could split it up into 2 days. Sometimes we do. And they're like, that's like a weeks long vacation. We drive 2 hours and we stop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh crap.
I've listened to people that come over, like that live there, that come to Texas, and they're like, okay, we just have to defend these Americans all of a sudden because it is huge.
Yeah.
Everything's huge. You're trying to go to the next state. It takes 9 hours. Like, I think Texas, you can do 12 hours straight and still be in Texas.
Yeah.
Like from the top to bottom. Like, it is. Wow. And like over there, you'd hit 9 countries.
Easily. It was insane. So, and I made friends over there. Like I'm friends with this guy on Facebook now. And like it all started because I was in a bar and I had my backpack on and we'd been backpacking through like different parts of the city and stuff, and literally had a beer and I kept nudging the guy with my backpack, and I wasn't doing it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Like it just, I was like, and I could just sense something was going on, and I turned around and I was like, I'm so sorry. I keep hitting you with my backpack. Let me buy you and your friends around. Hung out with them the rest of the night.
Nice.
And like coolest people I've ever met in my entire world.
What you sensed is they were about to just get you.
He was mad. He is like 2 of me and jacked and just a good looking dude. And I was waiting for him to clock me right in the face. And I was like, so, anyways, that was one of the funnest nights I've ever had. So it's a good time.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Anyways, London, long story long.
Long story long. I would say I liked them for different reasons, but Costa Rica was beautiful. And for some reason I went during the rainy season.
Yeah.
And that meant like you just wandered around in quick dry clothing and just got rained on all the time. You didn't have to care what you looked like because you looked horrible. And it was just beautiful. So beautiful. You get used to eating food over there where it's like all natural and grown there and stuff like that. And then you come back to America, the first thing you eat, you're wrecked for like a week because your body's like, good food? Like food that's good for you? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
Chemicals
it was gorgeous. I have crazy stories from there, but that would send us into another hour of, of this. So
Costa Rica.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about. The one where you got lost?
Yep.
All right. That one you need to save because that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah. Costa Rica.
Okay. London, Costa Rica. All right. Guys, I hope you liked it. If you have questions or things you want us to talk about it, message us or put it in the comments. And I guess we'll be back next week.
Next week. Yep. We're doing more. Episode 4 coming up.
Episode 4.
Yeah. Hit us up. Just like Evan said, if you want us to talk about something.
What was your sign off last time?
I'll miss you the most.
And mine was go away.
Go away.
All right.